So in addition to bringing your own digital documents that you have saved on your own computer and bringing them into Kami to enhance them, you can also use Kami to actually create an assignment from scratch. This particular assignment that you're looking at right now is actually one that I did not find on the internet. I did not create it in Word. I just went directly to Kami and used their tools to create it. So I used text box tools. You can see here, this is an example of where I was asking the students not only to solve this particular problem, but to also create a video to demonstrate exactly how they solved that problem. Or an audio comment. And then down here as well, I got a picture from online and was able to bring this in. There are different templates built into Kami, so I had lined paper here, and then this gives the students ability again to use all the tools that are available to them to complete this. So I'm going to show you how to do this if this is something that might interest you, instead of just using the worksheets that you already have and you want to create something brand new. So I'm going to come back over to Kami homepage, the landing page, by clicking on Kami over here. And instead of opening something from my OneDrive, I'm going to click Create a New Page. So it asks you how many pages are going to be included in this, so you could obviously have more than one page. Page type is what's going to allow you to select a different type of background for the page that you're going to be working with. So before you saw I had a line page. There are grid pages here for math, for any other type of assignments that might require a grid in the background, and for our music teachers there are also music sheets, which is great. So I'm going to click on line page. You can again decide if you want to be portrait or landscape, and then you're going to select add. So now we are working with a blank document here. There's nothing on it. What I would suggest you do, because Kami does save things automatically, before you forget, you might want to name this page, because by default it's just going to name it with whatever the template is that you're using. I already had one saved as line, so it added a 1 to it. So I'm just going to type this in, Kami sample. And that is the new name, and that's how it will be saved. Okay, so I have a blank slate here. What can I do with this? I have all these other tools here, so I can add text. If I want to add a text box here, I can just click on this, choose whatever color I want, and then just click anywhere on the screen. And you can see here, when you click anywhere on the screen, you get a lot of the formatting tools that you're familiar with from other productivity suites. So I can just start typing in whatever my assignment is going to be in here. Okay, so I have my text in here, and if you need to make any changes to it after you have your text in here, just by putting your cursor in the text box, that will bring back up the formatting toolbar, and you can adjust the font style, the size if you need to, and then you also have all the other additional formatting tools. Okay, so now that I have some of the text on here that I want to include, perhaps I want to include some kind of image on here. So if you come down into your Kami tools and go to add media, you can see here there's a number of different options. Unfortunately, if you are a Office 365 school, as of yet they don't have the ability to pull from, do like a Bing search associated with Microsoft. They only have a Google search, and by clicking on this you actually are prompted to log in with a Gmail account. So this might not be a feature that we can really use in our district right now. But what you can do is you can locate your own images and then save them to your OneDrive or to your computer, and then you can import it directly here. So you can have images. OneDrive, I just happened to find one and just locally save it to my desktop because I wasn't planning on keeping this image. So I'm going to go over to my desktop and just go to my images, and I'm going to click on this image here, and now the image is here, and you can see as soon as it brings it in, it asks me where do I want to drop this. So I'm just floating around here with my mouse until I decide exactly where it is that I'm going to drop this. So for now I'm just going to drop it here, and I'm going to make some adjustments to where I'm laying things out just by clicking around on the screen. Okay, So I have this here, I have some text, and I have an image, and now I want to enhance this a little bit more. So what I might do is add a video that I want the students to watch in order to help them respond to this particular assignment that they're going to be doing. So in order to add YouTube videos, which embed very nicely, we're again going to come over to Add Media, and I'm going to come to this icon over here where it says YouTube. So it's going to ask you to paste the URL already for your YouTube video. So I'm just going to click on over to YouTube where I found the video that I want to embed, and I'm going to highlight the website address, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to come back over to my assignment and I'm going to paste it. And in order to get the video to show up, you're going to click this button here and the video will now show up. So you can see here, you can set a start time if you want on this, if you don't want the entire video. I'm just going to get rid of that because I want the entire video to be available to the students. And you can preview it, so if you do set it up at a different time frame, you can preview it here by clicking play and it will start wherever it is that you said you wanted it to start. So I'm going to click next, and again it does the same thing like pictures. It asks you where do you want to drop it, so I can move it around and I can decide where I want it to go, and then once I'm ready for it to go where I want it to go, I just have to click and that will be here. You do have the ability to enlarge this if you want, and the video will then embed and the students will be able to watch this directly in your assignment as opposed to going over to YouTube itself and getting lost in YouTube world. So this is also a very helpful way to keep your students focused on the assignment and not get lost in other things on YouTube. So again, because we are working in the Kami browser and building this in online, everything is saved automatically. But in order to ensure, again, that everything is saved automatically, you want to come over to this little disk icon to save. You can see here it's saved a minute ago, but I'm going to just click this to ensure all my changes have been saved. So now this assignment is going to be available for my students. So you can see also where it puts this. When you create assignments from Kami from scratch, it will create a folder in your OneDrive called Kami Uploads. So Kami Uploads is where this went. If I wanted it to specifically to go to somewhere else in my OneDrive, you can click this and move it to another folder. But by default, anything created directly in Kami goes to this particular folder. And this is important to know so that when you're ready to assign this in Schoology or whatever your learning management system is, you know exactly where to locate this document. And that's pretty much it. You have all these other additional tools that you can use, you know, text tools, markup tools, highlight tools, and you also have some features down here, adding different shapes, erasers, a signature, and these tools can be very helpful not just to the students but to you as well in order to build really engaging assignments for your students.